ladies and gentlemen. My name is Asha Rajak, and I am a Canadian television journalist with my cultural roots to Nepal. I am also the Executive Director of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada. It is a great honor for me to welcome you here today as we are celebrating the launching of the book of the survey of the members of National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, prepared by Professor Dr. Gabrielle Houston. The survey was contracted by the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada in cooperation with School of International Business, Seneca College. Was partially financed by the Department of Canadian Heritage, Canada Periodical Fund, and also supported by the private sectors and TD Financial Group. The National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada is the only press council of its kind all over the world, and this is one more reason to be proud Canadian. It is a major media organization, not-for-profit, non-governmental, with 660 members, publications printing in about 110 languages, and also 150 radio and television producers and directors. They are informing and entertaining their readerships and audiences in the language of their culture or the mother tongue they learned and studied back in their homeland. Our members are standing for the rights of all Canadian citizens and working very hard to uphold an equal social status with equal opportunities and rights for all citizens, and help the new Canadians integrate into the mainstream society and culture as soon as possible. Our organization has a mission to promote and integrate the social, cultural interest, economic interest of the members of the ethnic communities into the mainstream Canadian society. This council has played a fundamental role in ensuring that the pluralistic Canadian society is a reality, as we are a nation of many nationalities, many races, many religions, bound together by a single unity, the unity of freedom and equality.
Our honorees, and mostly the publishers and producers of newspapers and electronic media, with their outstanding efforts, managed to bring change and progress in our society in order to prevent any form of oppression, injustice, and hatred, which can be considered as an evil designed to harm the harmonious cooperation and coexistence of our vibrant cultural communities in our democracy. There is some criticism these days by elements of our society that the ethnic press and media are needless, and therefore there is no reason to its existence. What a myth, really. The citizens of a democratic state are entitled to the essential facts, and the government of a democracy must continuously have, in times either critical or not, the benefit of enlightened public criticism as well as enlightened public understanding. And this principle becomes even more critical in a democracy where the mainstream media is totally concentrated and controlled by only a small group of people, an oligarchy of political and financial interest. In such case, it is the ethnic media, the one which holds the principles of free and uncontrolled medium in the service of the public interest. It is also of great importance to the future of our democracy to be a device to against a maximum number of citizens in a continuous, fearless and free discussion to study of our political system and public affairs. It is exactly the significance of the study of the socio-economic report of Canada's ethnic press and media. It shows the importance and the challenges facing the members, publishers and producers of the sector, as well as placed by the author of the study, Professor Gabriel Houston, is fostering dialogue, forging the engagement of integration of new Canadians, uniting our communities of Canada's diversity. Recent statistics released by Canadian Statistics are telling us that more than 6.4 million Canadians are using at home their mother tongue to communicate among them. The fact that it is emphasizing the need of the existence of the ethnic press and media, and yet it is common knowledge to the members of the sector that the federal government, besides the press releases for equality and multiculturalism, when the matter comes to dollars and cents, from $54,401,000 financial assistance to 2011-2012 to Canadian magazines and periodicals, only $896,238 was given to members of the sector. As an example, to $1.5 million financial support given to Maclean's magazine for this period, and $1.5 million Canadian Living and Chatelaine, 1.5 and 1.5. The Afghan Post received the equivalent of $3,459, and the Eritrean Meftik $3,207, and so on. Yet, recent information reveals that last year the Department of Immigration has spent $750,000 and another $450,000 the PMO in order to monitor the reporting of the ethnic press. At this point, allow me to tell you that altogether the 660 ethnic publications of Canada did not receive more than $800,000 in federal government aid for the year 2012. Unfortunately, this is the kind of respect of the Canadian heritage showing towards the members of the ethnic press. And yet, by closing my remarks, please allow me to refer to the statement of the President Franklin Roosevelt of the USA. No democracy can long survive which does not accept as fundamental to its very existence the recognition of the rights of the minorities.
I thank you for coming to Toronto, one of the world's great cities, and I thank you very much for maintaining these newspapers and media outlets and television stations and radio, because that is the thing that makes us a special place to live, work, and that's why people from all over the world want to be here. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Councillor Pasternak. I would like to kindly request Mr. David Agnew, President of Seneca College, to share his remarks. Thank you.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be very brief, and just to say what a great honor it is to stand here before you, not as a candidate, by the way, but just to say news to this day. We're here, of course, to celebrate as well, not just the extraordinary accomplishments of the award winners, but the release of an important report on the National Socioeconomic Report on Canada's Community-Based Ethnic Media. And I have to say that it's really worth a read. The author, of course, we're just delighted to say is Dr. Gabriel Houston of Seneca College. Other colleagues of his at Seneca were very helpful in the making of this report. It's groundbreaking stuff. And I think it's important in this crowd to acknowledge the three words that Dr. Houston really elevated to continue the conversation about the future of the ethnic media and press. One is community. And I'm just so delighted that that word has surfaced. It's surfaced a lot tonight in people's remarks. It's a strong core value of Seneca, because we believe that a strong country has to be made up of strong communities, and you represent extraordinarily important communities. There's also a word called health, and I think we have to, let's not sugarcoat it too much. There are issues with ethnic media. There are resource issues. There are capacity issues. There are training issues. And all of us, I think, have to step up and say we're willing to do what we can. And certainly, I can say on behalf of Seneca, we are absolutely willing to assist in any way we can. And finally, the third word was now. And there's an urgency to that word, and I think it's a very appropriate word. Because a strong, democratic, free country is made up of many institutions, but including a strong, democratic, free, and competitive media. And you are a very important part of that. So on behalf of Seneca College, it's just a delight to be here, and congratulations on this important piece of work, for having the courage to do this important piece of work. We're delighted to have been of assistance. Thank you.
I'd like to kindly request Mr. Reza Moridi, MPP Richmond Hill, to share his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle. My colleagues, elected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here this evening. Ethnic press is one of the foundations of democracy in this country, and of course journalism press is a foundation of democracy. Democracy is not just by having parliaments and elected officials. One of the major pillar of democracy is press. Ethnic press in this country plays a major role, and I have been one of those readers of ethnic papers in my own community. I can't go to bed on Thursdays after reading 3 or 4 Iranian Farsi papers, including Salam Trot, Mr. Aris here, and Sharvan is another paper, Uranistar is another paper I read, and Sharvan is another paper. So at least 4 papers I read before I go to bed on Thursdays when they come out. And of course I read other papers too. So I want to congratulate everyone, in particular the recipients of the awards today, and very much delighted to see that the report came out, and this is a very readable report, as Mr. Acting said. And again, thank you very much, Mr. Saris, for the kind invitation. Wish you all the best, and look forward for future events. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moridi. I would like to kindly request Ms. Kathleen MPP, Don Valley West, who is the provincial
Thank you very much, thank you, Asha. Good evening, everyone, and it's a great pleasure to be here. I'm just going to say thank you to you all, and I've just been flipping through this through the report, and I want to quote April Lindgren. Is April here? So she's quoted here saying, "This is not a business for the faint of heart." And I want to thank you because I know how hard you work, and I think it is not a business for the faint of heart. And David Agnew mentioned the health issue and the resource issue and the capacity issue. And so I know that you work against a lot of odds to get your to run your media outlets, to get your papers out. And I'm very conscious when I'm at Queen's Park, when I look at the scrums, that often you're not able to be there because you are doing 2 and 3 other jobs. You do not have the capacity. So the work you do is remarkable, and it is more remarkable because you do it so frugally and so efficiently. So thank you very much for that. A lot has been said, and I won't repeat the profound nature of the work that you do in terms of the fabric of our society, because it is profound, and it's very important to the political discourse in the province and in the country that you are part of that, and you bring your communities into that political discourse. So thank you very much. Keep up the great work, and I hope that we can continue as government, all levels of government, to work with you and to support you in the ways that you need support, by being accessible, by being part of your conversation. So thank you very much, and congratulations to Mr. Thomas Saris for all of your hard work.
I would like to kindly request Mr. Omar Agadra, a greeting on behalf of Honorable Justin Trudeau. And one more greeting, and that's it. Thank you for your break.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Omar Al-Gabra. I'm a former member of Parliament from Mississauga, Air India. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be with you here tonight and see so many friends and familiar faces. Justin regrets that he's unable to be with you tonight, but he asked me to come on his behalf and to express to you his gratitude to and his pride in the work that you guys do day in and day out. It is very difficult to overestimate the importance of the work you do. And all of the previous speakers have highlighted the role that you play in building our society. Canada is built on immigration. And the voice that you represent, the voice that you bring, is largely absent from the mainstream media. You are nation builders. You are entrepreneurs who work day and night to make ends meet while faithful to the ethics of journalism, and you represent the voice of truth. And I look forward to the day where the ethnic media is treated as equally as the mainstream media. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I want to congratulate Thomas for all the hard work that he does in promoting and recognizing the work that all of you do, and I want to congratulate as well all the recipients. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Al-Gabra. I would like to kindly request Ms. Kathy Bush greetings on behalf of Honorable Jim Khadijian. And this is our last greeting for tonight. Thank you. Yes.
I promise. I'm very pleased to be here tonight representing Jim Khadijian, who unfortunately was unable to attend. And I'm looking around the room at the reception. I've met so many people whom I know, like consider to be friends and colleagues in a way. I used to be a broadcast journalist, so I know a lot of, I know some of what you go through on a daily basis to get those stories in. So I feel that I'm very much among friends. And I would like to bring a very brief message from Jim. Unfortunately, I have to read this. And then I would like to present it to Thomas Aris. Dear friends, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada on the occasion of the presentation of the report on Canada's community-based ethnic language media. The mission of the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada is, quote, to promote and integrate economic, social, and culture interests of ethnic communities into the mainstream of Canadian society, end quote. Over the past 3 decades, the Council and its members have distinguished themselves as they have worked to achieve this goal. Your vision and leadership serve as a beacon for Canadians to follow as we work together to strengthen our communities and our country. The journalists who are recipients of the 2012 National Ethnic Press and Media Council Awards reflect this commitment to Canada. As Canadians, we are proud of our citizenships and value our rights and freedoms. Canada's strength stems from the 4 pillars on which it stands: First Nations, the English, the French, and the immigrants who chose to make Canada their home. We live harmoniously under one flag, the maple leaf, and are able to practice and share our culture, religion, heritage, and ethnicity within the framework of Canada. Canada has attracted and continues to attract people from all over the world. We will continue to work together to build our nation and enhance our international reputation. As a liberal critic for multiculturalism, I look forward to our ongoing work in building a stronger Canada. On behalf of the Liberal Party of Canada, please accept our best wishes for continued success in your future endeavors. Sincerely, Jim Khadijian.
Thank you, Kathy.
I would like to present.
Thank you, and Jim. Thank you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. At this point, now it is our awards handover time. So I would like to call upon Dr. Gabriel Houston, the architect of the study and representative of this year's all the honors, on their behalf to bring his message.
Good evening, all. Thank goodness for 20-point typeface. Honorable Secretary, Minister Best, members of Parliament, dignitaries, Mr. Saras, National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada Board of Directors, Awards Committee, and members, our media and press fraternity, Senate College President David Agnew, and our colleagues, I believe Daniel Atlin, Angela Zegras this evening, our TD Bank hosts, honorable guests, friends, welcome all. Canada is the constant, daily reinvention of a nation. Dreams and identity, entrenched in our tapestry of diversity and multiculturalism. Breathing spaces toward great futures. All of us together, from sea to brilliant, shining sea. Kanata, an Iroquois word meaning village, meeting place, settlement. Diaspora, that great movement of peoples displaced, searching for a safe place to call home, a new community, settlement. First generation seeds planting in our vast Canadian fertile soil, germinating hardy grassroots and multicultural diversity, weaving the matrix of our great future, Canada, Kanata. Each and every year, Canada embraces over 25,000 refugees and over 1 million new immigrants. These peoples, this diversity, shapes and defines both our identity and our vibrant future. And that has very much to do with the essential role that our ethnic media serve in that genesis through the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada. My forebears are a Canadian tale of two cities. My dad's family came from Russia in the 1920s, settled in Stead, Manitoba, built their first home from prairie sod. They lined those walls and actually made blankets for the first winter from community newspapers in German, Ukrainian, and English. That took reading in bed to a whole new level and stimulated their tentative outreach progress to becoming proud Canadians. My mom's family fled the threat of a Nazi-occupied Europe to Canada in the 1930s and established a new multicultural literacy for Canada through L'Estape Moderne Art Gallery, which was located next door to Britnell's bookstore at Yonge and Bloor Street. Every week, one of the family's works of arts was featured on the cover of the then Rotogravure magazine of the Weekend Toronto Star. There, my grandpapa had the wisdom to universally communicate through images, most notably through the paintings of the Group of Seven, Canada's artistic patriarchs. And unknowingly, at that time, he supported our national heritage and identity legacy. He mentored Franz Johnson. Frank taught my mom and uncles how to paint and how to speak English. A new Canadian literacy, a new Canadian community. Through the honor of writing Canada's first national report on our beloved ethnic media, for the National Ethnic Press and Media Council of Canada, three acute realities speak, which I will now address and have been touched upon by previous speakers. First, our community ethnic media are the first contact points that welcome and offer both a compass and a roadmap for refugees and immigrants to Canada toward the discovery of community, toward new identity, resources, and essential Canadian integration. Next, the majority of Canada's ethnic media operators work full-time jobs to support their commitment to dynamically communicate within their communities and to Canada at large. This work is giving back in the truest sense. These media operators need assistance to sustain and evolve, period. Lastly, Our communication flat world quantum leaps daily. Our perception of media definition is being constantly reinvented. Point your cellular device to the radio today, and with the right download app installed, you can instantly see the meaning behind the words. In this, there is a significant gap between today's technology progress and primary grassroots third language media communication tools that must be effectively bridged. The bottom line is that Canada is the world's most ethnically and linguistically diverse nation. Who and what we are and will become as a nation starts first with our vibrant ethnic third language media. In this, we, as a nation, must unconditionally first support our small ethnic media operators for viability and sustainability through professional education in business management and entrepreneurship, through media internship, ongoing research, and innovative multimedia delivery access and support leadership. To this extent, I do believe that the publishers and producers of Canada's ethnic media outlets deserve the recognition of our federal government, guarantees of ongoing training and business development support, special group pension benefits supplemental to basic Canada pension plan and old age security, the lower monthly benefit rates of which the majority of these hard workers will have to survive on across a certain working retirement. In unconditional Canadian pride and support of the NEPMCC as the champion of Canada's other voices, and through this clarion call for dedicated national support of the NEPMCC, we will better come to know and resonate our national voice in who we are today toward what we will become as a nation tomorrow. Canada, Canada. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you, Dr. Houston. I would like to request Honorable Minister Margaret Best to award these plaques, as I am going to call upon this year's honorees to receive their certificate of award. Aris Ahmed. Mr. Aris is recognized for his contributions to journalism and to ethnic press of Canada. Mr. Saad Al-Safar receiving the award on behalf of Mr. Hussam Al-Safar. Mr. Al-Safar is receiving this award on behalf of Asaha Magazine for excellent editorial and visual presentation. Mr. Rob Androsovich. Mr. Androsovich is recognized for his great and distinguished contributions to civil services and communications. Miss Nancy Ethan Milonas. Miss Ethan Milonas is being recognized for her distinguished contributions and excellence in culture and performing arts. Mr. Aaron Berhane. Mr. Berhane is receiving an award on behalf of MEFTI in recognition of Best Editorial, Free Expression, and Visual Presentation. Miss Margaret P. Bonikowska. achievements with the Polish community. Mr. Hazi Budansir. Mr. Budansir is recognized for his distinguished contribution to community and the cause of social justice and equality. Ms. Susanna Dolan. Ms. Dolan is receiving an award in recognition of her distinguished services and her work on behalf of El Centro Americano. Mr. Christopher Hales, accepting his award on behalf of Mr. Fitzroy Gordon. Mr. Gordon is receiving an award for his distinguished services to community and excellence in journalism. Mr. Jagdish Garewal.
Thank you.
Mr. Garewal is receiving a special recognition for his distinguished services and excellence in the sector on behalf of the Canada's first daily Punjabi newspaper. Miss Cindy Gu. Ms. Gu is receiving this recognition for her distinguished achievements and excellence in the field of free expression. I would like to kindly request to maintain silence, please. Dr. Gabriel Houston. Dr. Houston is recognized for his distinguished contribution in humanities and arts.
Dr. Gabriel, come up to us, please. Thank you. Great, thank you.
I would like to check if Mr. Kawaguchi is here or not yet. So, Dr. Vikram Lamba.
Smile, please.
Dr. Lamba is recognized for his distinguished services and achievements in the services of the Canadian South Asian communities and his service to the ethnic press. Ms. Isa Mello. Ms. Mello is recognized today for her dedication to the service of the community and journalism and excellence in visual presentation on behalf of ETC and TAL magazine. Is Mr. Manzi Aris here? Mr. Sahidul Islam Mintu. Mr. Mintu is recognized today for his distinguished contributions in the development of his community and his encouragement for the integration to mainstream Canadian community. Mr. Paul Newman. Mr. Newman is recognized for his dedication, contributions, and achievements in his community, culture, and the arts. Mr. Les Salman, receiving award on behalf of Ms. Alicia Panko. Ms. Panko is recognized today for her distinguished services to community, excellence in journalism, best editorial, and free expression on behalf of the New Pathway. Prabhakar. Mr. Prabhakar is recognized today for his distinguished services to journalism, for his editorials, free expression, and visual presentation on behalf of the Asian Connection. Mr. Nagoya Bob Ristic.
I'm here.
Mr. Ristic is recognized for his distinguished services to journalism and Canada on behalf of STVT.
Now for you guys.
Mr. Mohsen Tagoli. For his distinguished services to his community and the Canadian society in general, and his excellence in journalism for best editorial, free expression, and visual presentation of Salam Toronto. Mr. Ala Tel Haritunian. Mr. Tel Haritunian is recognized for his professionalism and his distinguished work in the community and on behalf of Toronto High newspaper. Mr. Rakesh Tiwari. Mr. Rakesh Tiwari is recognized for his distinguished achievements and excellence in the journalism on behalf of Hindi Times and Apna Radio. Is Ms. Todd still here? Ms. Zulima Hueso Ramirez. Ms. Hueso Ramirez is recognized for her exceptional talents, her distinguished services to community, and her efforts to educate the new generation of Latin Canadians in both languages. Mrs. Aris?
Smile to us, please.
Maria, could you please help me with Mrs. Aris, because I would like to present you. Certificate of appreciation.
Here. Perfect. Thank you.
Mrs. Aris, I would like to please request you to join Minister Best for the presentation of the Certificate of Appreciation. Is Mr. Kamal in the room?
Margaret is Margaret. Only you will good stuff.
Minister Best. Minister Best.
Minister Best is keeping the Premier of Ontario, Honorable Latin
At this side, please.
Okay, and this side.
Great.
Smile, please.
Straight ahead.
Thank you.
Straight.
Don't breathe.
I don't have, unfortunately, the very last one they informed me that your character is preparing me for you. I'll give you $10.
Mrs. Harris, please, I would like to request Mr. Mohsen Kamat, Vice President of Business Banking.
Yes, okay.
To receive the certificate of appreciation on behalf of Mr. Mandeep Singh, Senior Vice President and CEO.
Okay, can you please come?
Mr. Mohammad Nikura is receiving the certificate of appreciation on behalf of Mr. Ranjit Singh, Senior Vice President and CEO of TV Canada.
Yeah, thank you. Smile.
With Angelica. Angelica is
Can I get one more shot?
President of the National
Mr. Peter Robinson, Active Vice President of Risk Management, is receiving this certificate of appreciation on behalf of Mr. Scott Mullin, Vice President, Community Relations, TD Bank Group.
Yeah, please, and smile for us. Smile for us.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
Miss Angela Jagras.
Angela, that's the only thing we cannot
She is
give.
the
We don't have money. The government doesn't give us money, but we can give you $10 plus. In fact, this one goes $16 because...
How come she gets the expensive
Miss Jagras is the
Ladies,
academic chair.
look here, you're in trouble.
Miss Jagras is the academic chair of School of International Business and School of Tourism of Seneca College.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. And now we are going to launch our website officially. Margaret, please. How we launch that? Keep something, please. Is it okay, your finger? That's it? Relax? Relax. I want to thank you all for coming. Thank you, Margaret. You are always the best friend of mine, although you're a politician, but we are friends. Thank you, Dr. Houston. Thank you, Angela, for the great work David left. Now, take to the front thing here and give one to each one. We don't have many, but we have only 4. The rest of you are going to receive on our December event. So buy ticket, we will give you that $2 thing free. I want to thank my wife. I don't know how many of you have a wife that she never sees me. But you say that we are married. She never sees me. When I'm going home, she's sleeping. When I'm leaving in the morning, she's sleeping. So we made a pact. She's sleeping and I'm working. And we have a balance there. Thank you, Kathy. And Maria. Thank you, Maria. Maria is working with me. She's the unsung hero. And of course, Asha, you know everyone is our Asha. Thank you all for coming down. Thank you, please. All of you for the wonderful reception. Thank you for the wonderful job. As you follow out, please come to the group. Please.